Okay, we're now in chapter 19. You guys went through electrochemistry. I personally wasn't present for this one chapter, but I did take the time to go over most of the PowerPoint slide myself. And what I understood was how electrons flow through like a salt bridge, which is what connects two half cells. And what I did find tricky was basically most of the chapter. After the concept of like it went through lightning, batteries, and electrical currents, because it's pretty much common sense. I mean, after learning that on my own, it's tough because to focus and discipline oneself to sort of find the time. You know, um, I can after finding the time, I can just get it much better. Also, I'm assuming this connects directly to the lab, as in like you guys used a salt bridge that day to like I don't know, use it. But yeah, I would like to know what you guys think. Maybe I can learn some more.
For me personally, this chapter was a little bit challenging. I never like oxidation and reduction. I always get them confused. I don't know because if you have a plus, I don't see the sense that it's losing. And if you have the minus, that's when it's gaining. So that was my confusing. But I had to do a lot of practice to get over this challenge. It's still like kind of challenging to me, but it's a little bit better. Um, One part I would say it's a little bit. I don't even want to say it was good for me to understand easily. It was the cathode and the anode area. I was a little bit better. The
Oh,
cathode,
okay.
yeah, the cathode is the um what was it? Is the reduction part. The anodes is the oxidation part. So that
Mm,
was the part that I'm like, okay, I'll be okay with that. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah. The whole trying to figure out which one was the reducing agent and the oxidizing agent really, really confused me because on my own, I understood like oxidation. Every time you try to do it, I put oxidation as the one that loses, and then reduction is the one that gain. And then, um, give me this. What's it called? Sorry, I bugged. Um, and one thing I did find like what oxidation and reduction were the things that were super confusing to me. Um, Let me think. One thing I did find a little bit easier to understand was the cell notation. How you were putting the oxidated state first, and then you put the cathode 1 second. It was super easy for me to understand and very easy to like move around things and read and try to figure out what was happening.
mm,
And same thing. I always use ChatGPT. That I put my questions. I make it. I have it use my question. Like I put it in, and I was like, give me problems like this. It'll give me,
oh,
it'll
like
give me problems
practice
like,
problems.
yeah, and like the ones from the study guide, I'll copy and paste those, and I'll be like, give me questions like this, and then it'll
Gotcha.
give me like separate different problems, and that's how I study.
Yeah, you guys have some really good strat. I should do that. All right, so Mariel, I think you already went. Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
for me, I kind of like I feel like the only part of this chapter that I fully understood was the fact that the oxidation happens at the anode and reduction happens at the cathode, like Nika said. Like I also understood about like the salt bridge and how it keeps the charge balance between the two half cells. Um, but the voltaic cells part was really challenging for me. Like even the diagrams, when the diagrams were being drawn on the board, and even like looking at it and like trying to understand the system and how the solutions work and everything, it was really like confusing because like I don't know, I just couldn't picture it. But watched videos about voltaic cells and cell potential, which helped me kind of like visualize it more. Like, I'm still getting there, trying to understand it, but that was pretty much where I had the most trouble because it just, I didn't really get it. I'm not like a very engineering, like visualizing systems person. I'm more of like a like body systems person. So it was kind of difficult for me.
Yeah, there's also like as I noticed, there's a chart in there's a bunch of numbers in there. It's like wow. I mean, I don't know if I gotta
Yeah.
memorize that or is what it is, but
Yeah.
but like that. So yeah, that was chapter 19, I believe, electrochemistry. Yes, I'm right. Okay. Thank you guys.